everyone. Thank you for joining us for a special event that we're gonna have for this little tour we're gonna have like on our Yamato manufacturing headquarters in Kagawa, Japan. And we're gonna introduce you guys to the tour of our like noodle factory. I mean, the factory where we manufacture our noodle making machines. We now have we now have customers using our machines in over 61 countries. And this is where we manufacture all our machines and ship them everywhere in the world. So yeah, so like we are going to be doing a bit of like a small tour on our noodle machine factory today. And I'm going to be a host, Akira, me, and I hope you will enjoy this tour. Okay. Before we get started, I like to just briefly talk about um, the history of our noodle making well machines manufacturing factory. And so we started out in 1975 as a design company that just designing equipment for food equipment. And in 1980, we kind of started like specializing production of like noodle making machines. And then the first noodle machines that we started selling was like this um, udon machine, Sanuki udon, which is like one of the most famous udon in the world. And there are many udon shops in Kagawa, and so we kind of this is the first one. We thought like it'd be like kind of be appealing to these shops, right? So and then so we designed it in a way that like it's gonna fit in a like small kitchen of a noodle shops. It's a notoriously small kitchen that we have in our like restaurants in Japan, right? So we designed it in the compact, small size, and then that would fit in the small kitchen of the restaurant. And after that, we started selling in the Kyushu Island, where more of like ramen is more popular, and so we had to develop noodle machines that's designed to do ramen noodles, which is like kind of very different from udon noodles. So we developed these 1983. We developed Richmond machines, and and then now we have like Richmond 1, Richmond 2, and Richmond 3, and then even like Richmond Gold machine. And but like back then, like almost like over like 30 years ago, like we developed like the first version of it. And over the years, we did a lot of modifications to like make it better and better and better. Now we have like Richmond 1 that's like totally different from the first version that we had 30 years ago. And so we started selling in Osaka and towards east. And when we got to Tokyo, Tokyo is like pretty famous for like soba noodles, like soba buckwheat noodles. And we had to develop, of course, noodle machines designed to do soba noodles, buckwheat noodles. And this is like totally different from udon noodles, like ramen noodles, and but soba is like still is a lot of soba shops actually hire noodle making artisans who make noodle like soba noodles by hand. And so we thought we had to like learn how to make authentic soba noodles from noodle making artisans and master who make soba noodles by hand, right? I think how they make them and the techniques, skills of like how to make soba noodles like authentic ones. And we actually incorporated noodle making techniques into the designs of these soba noodle machines. And that's how we developed this noodle machine called the Bando Taro. And this is the only one machine again that's that can fit in a small kitchen of a soba shops, like soba restaurants. So, over the years, like we developed like different types of machines, kind of like in response to like different needs, production needs of our customers. And so that's how we sort of like kind of continue to develop like new products, new equipment. And so one of the things that we kind of cared, what like critical, right, in developing like all these noodle machines are first, the deliciousness of the noodles that these machines can make, right? And and of course, like safety. So like it has to be safe, right? I mean, to use them. And of course, like ease of use, right? It has to be like really easy to use, like if that allows anyone to be able to like use them. I mean, it would make sense to like use these kind of machines, like I mean, if you have to like train for years, right, to be able to like make good noodles. So that's the three things that we had in mind. Like, so first, like you have to, that machine, allows anyone to be like make great noodles, right? And then with and the ease of use and of course like safety. Um, so these are the three things that we had in mind, like when we did developing our noodle machine products. And to respond to and like I know kind of like train ourselves to be able to like kind of master how we can make great noodles, like delicious noodles. We opened up our like noodle research lab, which we still have like on the third floor of this building. So we, bought like really expensive, like kind of measuring devices and like, started like kind of doing research on like ingredients, like especially wheat flours and water, salt, these ingredients. And so we started learning, we started like studying like what makes great noodles. And and then part of these efforts like kind of led to starting out a noodle schools, training courses that we now have um, in Kagawa, like in this headquarter, and then like another school in Tokyo, and then another one in Singapore. So yeah, that's the part of like what we what we have been like trying to do. So like okay, so that's the sort of like history of this factory and noodle production. But like, so let's start the tour. Just a little tour like around the factory, and we have so we have a place where like we get parts, components. Basically outsource the most of the components, and so we get them from our vendors and then like do the assembly and put the like electric sockets, electric parts, components into the machines. And of course, like we need to test them, right? We need to test them like on the machines that are in the working process. And if these machines pass it and then pass the test, right? And then we have to like, of course, like test them again by actually making noodles on these machines to see if these machines are capable of like making the types of noodles that our customers want to make, right? And we're gonna pack them and we're gonna ship them out. All right, so let's go into the factory. Okay, so first, like this is where we do the assembly, like these areas. We do the assembling of the machines, and as you maybe like see, a couple like small machines that are like lined up on that lift. So this is the new machine that we have, golden egg machine. And even though like we started out like as a manufacturer of noodle machines, we recently, in response to like all these requests from our existing customers like noodle restaurants, we started like developing these kind of machines. These are like tabletop machines that like automates the like peeling eggshells, which is like which like very time consuming for a lot of like newer restaurants. So we just started like shipping out this machine last month, and so this is a new one, and we also have like other types of equipment that kind of help our customers like save their labor costs and like other resources like soup straining machines. So we continue to develop and these type of machines that would help our customers save their resources from now as well. So so this area is like basically like devoted for assembling of the machines. And so as you may like notice, right? I'm just kind of like walking the floor with the slippers on, so that area like I just walk in right from like I had like my slippers on, right, but like I can just like walk right into the factory floor, and it's okay because it's very clean. And the reason why this floor is clean and it's like um, they all these like shelves and everything like tools parts are so like well organized, is that like this factory is authorized by NSF and UL organizations to be able like to to authorize to manufacture noodle machines equipment that are NSF, UL, and other types of standards like safety standards like CE mark, um, you know, uh, yeah, authorized. So like that means that like we have to be clean, we have to be well organized um, to be able to like produce, manufacture these types of products. And so we get like factory inspection, to see like if you're doing like the way they want us to be manufacturing. So like 4 times a year. So that's a requirement for us to be clean, well organized. So like these are the parts that we get like we use for our like standard models, and these shelves like kind of organize all these like parts that we need for machines. And so it's very clean, right? It's very organized. Like this alley is like wide enough, no one's bumping into each other, right? And so and this is another area like devoted for assembly as well, like a kind of different models, like notice that like these lines that are kind of like divided, separating the areas for different models for the assembly. And so this is where we get the parts from outside. And after after like all these machines are like assembled, I want to move it over here, and we have to do the final tests on the machines that we assemble, like finished assembling. So we do the final test by actually making noodles on these machines, and especially like ramen shops in Japan, like of course like udon shops in Japan, soba shops in Japan, they have their own sort of like particular types of recipe that they want to do, right? So, the hydration ratio, like the size of the noodles, right? And then actually in Japan, right? Like, even um, the types of flour, like flour brands that they use, and then what the ratios are, like, like in the mixture of like all these like different brands of flours and the hydration ratio, right? And then like for example, like what the percentage of kansuis are, like, so these are the different types of kansui that we have. Um, and we have, of course, over here, like we have different cutters, different size cutters. And because we ship to different countries where different voltages are required, so we have like different powers, like these are for like North America, right? And these are for like Europe. They're for the C models, Europe. Because we have to power like different machines that are going to different countries, requiring different like voltages. And so this particular machine, that's it's called like Richmond One. Um, this is the one like going to actually the Philippines, and so it has to have like certain conditions, like this is Philippines is going to be like southeast countries, like, so the climate is different from other regions, so it has to have like we have like certain um, the specifications, um, different parts, like it's going to be humid and hot, so the certain parts, like for example gears that like certain like metal parts would be like kind of stainless steel, and so that it's not gonna be like get rusty like in a short period of time. um, and then so he's doing like kind of like, well, um, to see like if the mixer is working well, like, and then kind of checking for kind of sound of it, like how well it runs, right? And then when he actually makes noodles like on these machines, right? So he actually what he actually does is that like he makes noodles for the actually the particular types of noodle recipes that this particular customer has, right? So by making noodles based on that recipes, right, and like we can make sure that this particular model is capable of making that types of noodles in operation, right? So because we're going to be shipping these machines overseas, right? The last thing we want this machine to happen is that like it's gonna like have some much trouble, right? It's gonna have some trouble, and then well, for some reason, like this machine can't make noodles well or in the way that the customers wants it to, like have some trouble, like and well, I stopped making noodles or something. So that's the last thing we want to happen, right? So we or to keep it from happening, like, so we spend enough time, right, sufficient time, like resources in production, in the testing, to make sure that like every single function is working properly, right? And then you can make the types of noodles like our customers can wants to make. So we spend a lot of time like just testing and um, you know and then like construction, like, and then we choose the parts and components that of course like last for a long time in that particular region that we're shipping this machine to. Um, so that's why our noodle machines are kind of durable. And yeah, so a lot of our customers have been using our machines like for over like 10 years without any major problems. And so after we are done testing, right? Then we tests. Um, want to move that machine over here, and so like kind of start prepping it for shipment. Um, so we have like all these supplies, like tools, accessories. We're gonna attach to the machines, and for example, like we have like all these like different size of slider cutters, like for different customers. And we have toolboxes, like kind of measuring cups and everything. Um, so this is where we like sort of get the machine prepared for shipment. And um, after that, right, so we're gonna like pack it, like just kind of like do the light packing over here, like with all these accessories, right? And then we're gonna ship it out um, from that gate. And so that's, yeah. And then we'll load it on truck, and then we'll transfer it to packing and for overseas shipment. And so it takes us around like 3 to 4 weeks for production. And so, you know, it takes that long time for us to produce just one unit of noodle machines, because these machines going to be working hard, right, for a long time, like overseas in different countries. So we have to spend enough time to make sure that, well, it's going to be durable, it's going to be reliable, and it's going to be making delicious noodles to people in that country. All right, so we have Mr. Hashimoto. He's the chief production officer of this company, Yamato, and he's been actually working this company for over 30 years. Actually, he's the longest employee of this company, and so we're lucky to have his word this tour. And yes, so let's hear him like in Japanese. すみません、お願いします。
こんにちは、大和製作の橋本と言います。
Hello everyone, like my name is Hashimoto.
私ですね、ここの大和製作所に入りまして、約39年、39年間、ここで仕事をしてます。
So like he's been working for this company like for 39 years. 39 is almost like 4 decades. Wow.
でですね、趣味っていうか、ですね、今、こういった顔をしてますんで、意外かと思うんですけど、今ですね、猫を家で10匹ぐらい飼ってまして、今その猫のために家を増築して、大きく猫を飼おうかなというところを今計画してまして、今、はい、実行している最中です。
So yes, like he's been working hard like for the past 4 decades, like, and to make sure that like these machines, every single one of the machines, like it's gonna be doing like job, the way we intend them to, right? I mean, working hard, like making great noodles in different countries. And then as a piece of like personal information, like so because as you can see, like I look at people, when people see me, like they may think that like I'm a bit scary, right? Scary guy. Like in fact, I actually I have like 10 cats at home, and actually I'm actually building expanding my house just for these 10 cats. So don't think that I'm scary, but like so I have that kind of part of um, kind of as a hobby, and so it's I think he's saying that like so he has a side of him that like that's a bit kind of surprising. Um, um, なんかありますか？なんかありますか？
もうちょっと今からちょっと真面目な話。
はい、そうそうそうそうそう。
まず、機械ですね。こだわり、私のこだわりとしまして、安い機械じゃないです。でですね、機械も本当に車ぐらいの値段しますんで、みんなに、私自身心がけているのは、自分が買った時の気持ちっていうことで、日々、組み立てとか行ってました。で、それを、今から組んでいる若い人たちに伝えるために、やっぱり自分が買った時に、カバーがいらんかったら嫌だろうとか、ここがこんなの出とったら嫌だろう。自分が買った時の気持ちになって機械作ってくれっていう話はもうみんな新しい人入ってきてもみんなそれは言い続けていることです。だから何かあればもうすぐ改良したいんで、そういうことはどんどん進めていきたいなっていうのが、ずっとやってきている中でのこだわりです。
Okay, like he's been making like these machines, like assembling these machines like for the past 40 years, and like he has his own policy, and then so every time he builds one machine, one little machine, like so what he's has his in his mind is like, and he puts himself like in the shoes of a customer like who's buying it. What if like he were buying this machine, right? Then of course, like if there's like some like minor defect or something like the cover is bent or something, then that would probably piss him off, right? So he wouldn't you know he wouldn't like any of these machines like he's manufacturing or assembling to happen, right? So anytime like he has new hires, like kind of like training new people to build like his these machines, like that's what he's teaching them. So like put yourself in the shoes of the customer, like who's buying these machines, and then like what if some bad well happen, like just even like just minor things, right? You don't like if you're buying it like because it's well it's not that cheap, right? It's like it's almost like the price of a car, right? So you don't want anything bad to happen, right? So you have to you have to put yourself the shoes of the customers, and then yeah, when you're building it, when you are making it, so like you have to be careful. You have to like make sure that everything is correct, no mistake, and that's what I had. That's my policy. Like since the beginning, I started assembling machines here. あとなんかありますか？あります。なんか
ですね、最近、組み立てっていうのもだいぶ減ってきまして、新しい、機械、お客さんがこういったものがあったらいいなっていう方向性のものがあれば、もう、お客様が楽になって、こうしたらいいだろうなっていうような機械を今、ちょっと開発しているところです。今であれば、卵の殻むき器であったり、新しい、ここでどういった機械とは言えないんですが、新しい機械の、新規な、部分ですね。それをいろいろ考えながら、今、日々、昔の機械も改良しながら日々、進んでいるところです。
So, kind of recent development that we've been experiencing over here, like our Yamato, like we like the golden egg machine that we recently started selling. That's something that helps our customers kind of like save their labors, like resources, like their operation, something new that like we've never done before, but like that helps our customers, what they want, like what they need, like in their daily operation, kind of helping them like save labor, money, in certain aspect. So yes, so that's what we've been like kind of developing and then working on to help out our customers in a better way. And so if like you have like some need, like something that want us to develop or something, then please feel free to let us know, and then we'll be more than happy to consider developing it for you. And yeah, so I think that's some like way a new way that for us to go. And yes, so and then yes, I'm happy to like kind of to be working on something new. Okay.
まあ、またなんかいつでも新しいこんな機会があればいいなってあればまたいつでもご相談とお願いします。
So if you have like any equipment that like you want us to develop for you guys, just feel free to contact us, and we're happy to more than happy to yes respond. And okay, thank you, Mr. Hashimoto, and then we're lucky to have you like on this tour. So thank you very much. Bye bye.